yo, what up? Good morning, GMG. Thursday, ooh, baby, Thursday. I got the comments. Thursday, July 24th, 2025. Look at that, another beautiful day to have a beautiful day. I got my co-host in the house, Tyler, and a very, very special guest. Hold on, I'm shaking. I'm shaking. Aave. Good morning, boys. How you guys doing today?
Good. How you guys doing?
I'm fucking great. Honestly, it's another beautiful day to have a beautiful day. A little pull back on everybody else's bags because my REKT bags are up. No, just kidding. All my other bags are down, but you know, we're good. Tyler, how you doing?
I'm great. What an electric morning. We've got Aave on the show, and for the ETH bulls out there, we've got Tom Lee adding another 200,000 ETH. We've got NFT bulls. We've got Punks selling for $5 million to funds. Ether rocks are flying off the shelf. Feels like NFT season might actually be heating up.
An Ether rock sold
for $300,000.
I missed that.
For $300,000. God damn, dude! Ether rocks, man. I'll never forget missing that trade. Summer 21. I was in Saint Tropez. Frank calls me like, "Yo, I'm buying this thing for 9 ETH. I'll give you half of it." I'm like, "Nah, I'll pass." And then like 2 weeks later, it was worth like $500,000. that was that's how fast shit happens here. But anyways, I mean, it's a great day, I guess, for to talk ETH, to talk NFTs, to talk the REKT, because we do have Aave on the show today. So on the show, we'll get into markets and stuff quickly. There's not much to talk about besides a quick little dip. Slight little dip across the board. Seems to be bouncing right now. Turn it on Thursday after all. Then we got Tyler's top 100. We will see what Tyler's top picks got for us. Then we'll pick a few, and then we'll get into them with Aave. And then YEET giveaway, of course, like usual. Shout out to our show partners, YEET. You go to yeet.com, make an account using the FOMO Hour code, and you have a chance to win some money. Yesterday, it was a REKT guy actually. Nice. He made $3,000 on Lamb Shop, and he went for it, and he won $3,000. So that was sick. You absolutely love to see that. And as usual, this show is powered by Wallet Connect. Wallet Connect is a connectivity network shaping the future of on-chain UX. If you've connected to Web3 app, you've seen Wallet Connect. That blue logo, it's everywhere. An icon of trust in crypto is recognizable as Visa at checkout. Want to learn more? Follow Wallet Connect on X and Telegram to stay ahead of what's next. But also Kraken Pro. With Kraken Pro, you get full control over your layout. Drag and drop any module. Customize it all. It's clean. It's smooth and built for real traders. If you trade crypto, check out pro.kraken.com. Trade without trade-offs. Tyler, let's go straight to you today.
For daily NFT and crypto analysis, Tyler D on FOMO Hour calls the kid can't miss.
Ready to bash some bears. Yeah, folks, crypto majors are actually flipping green here this morning. We've got Bitcoin up 0.5%, 118.5. We've got ETH up 1% at 36.50. Sol is down on the day, down 3%, around 185. It looks like stocks are hitting new, fresh all-time highs after Google had very strong earnings yesterday. Tesla gave a worse outlook. I think Tesla is down here this morning. In crypto headlines, ETH ETFs saw their $330 million in net inflows on their 1-year anniversary. That is their 7th best day. Then we had the breaking news out of Tom Lee and BitMiner. They now have 560,000 ETH, over $2 billion. They are now the clear number one holder of ETH. So that was a bit of a surprise. They had accumulated fast. Bo Hines teased that the president's working group on digital assets has completed their 180-day report, which is expected to have some kind of details around that strategic Bitcoin reserve. And they're going to share it on July 30th. That is next Wednesday. So mark that date on your calendar. We also had the U.S. Senate release their draft crypto market structure bill, which is going to shift oversight to the CFTC, allow new guidelines on ICOs and fundraising, modernize security laws, and more. KeyBank has become the latest banking giant to allow spot crypto custody and trading services, clearly a big trend. And then Fidelity has updated their Bitcoin ETF filing to allow in-kind creation and redemptions. In other treasury news, we had Mara, which is the second largest Bitcoin holder, set to raise $850 million to buy more. This pharma company, May Pharma, is raising $100 million to start a Litecoin treasury.
So good.
And then there's another $8 million hype treasury co. So these continue to pile up. In token airdrop and protocol news, Pump founder Alan went on Thread Guy's stream yesterday, said the Pump airdrop will happen, but not for the foreseeable future. Didn't really give many specifics at all about the team's plans. Led to a pretty big sell-off. That Pump token now down to $3 billion FTV, well below ICO. Bonk and the Let's Bonk team capitalizing on that, announcing 1% of all Bonk Fund total revenue will be going back to buying top memes in the Bonk eco. Bonk now the top meme mover on the day from the majors. There's another meme that's been doing pretty well as well. We'll talk about that later in the show. Magic Eden teased new rune swaps functionality and deeper liquidity. Good news for Bitcoin fans. And then Pixel Vault announced they're winding down operations. And meme news, I kind of hit it. Bonk was the mover on the day. Most memes were red. Farcoin was down quite a bit, actually.
Yeah.
REKT hit a fresh all-time high this morning, 348 million.
12 days in a row.
Now up 60% on the week, just to 3x to a billy. In NFT news, two big headlines. GameSquare completed a deal to acquire Robert Leshner's Cowboy 8 Punk for $5.1 million in preferred stock. So they have a $10 million treasury to buy NFTs. They did not dip into that. This was a stock deal. So they still have that $10 million. And then an Ethereum sold for $300,000 over on Gandhi. So NFTs heating up. We got some January 2021 in the chat. That's all I'm saying.
Yep. And yup. I absolutely love that. You guys realize Lubin is going to max buy ETH, which will make ETH go up, which will make SBET go up, and then Tommy will get jealous and buy ETH, will make ETH go up. Consequently, BMNO will go up, and then Lubin realize that he needs more to buy more ETH, and then Tommy will game theorize and try to front run Lubin, and then ETH will go up more. So SBET will go up, which will give Lubin liquidity to buy more ETH, which Tommy has to try to match in order to keep up, so he buys more ETH. So ETH goes up. Then BMNR will go up, but Lubin will still be buying more ETH, leading to ETH and SBET going up, right?
That really is the playbook right now.
That is a crazy pasta, dude. Whew. Oh my God. I mean, where do we even start? Tyler, I mean, look, majors, we can skip that. We have plenty of stuff to cover with OV. Bitcoin's at 118. ETH is 36.27. Sol's 184. Feels like we talked about this yesterday, like a little cool off coming.
You're always going to get a cool off, right? Like it's never going to be up only. I think people, we had what, $400 million of liquidations yesterday. I think I read somewhere.
Right.
Yeah, just because people got balls deep on leverage again. I think this is good. I personally think this is exactly. I personally think this is a good dip to buy. I also think it's a really good dip to buy ETH. Like I'm really, really bullish on ETH still. And I think it's just a natural pullback, but I think we're going to go a lot higher, and people will regret not buying this dip, as they will have regretted not buying many dips in the past 2 years. And this is just a little one.
I'm curious. How are you feeling about Bitcoin and ETH specifically here? Like, are you as long ETH as our good friend Mando on his retirement arc?
Yeah. I'm pretty long ETH. I don't have much Bitcoin exposure at the moment, if any, really. So I think Mando and I have both agreed on the ETH trade since like very early. So I have a lot of exposure to ETH in many different ways, and I own ETH itself as well. So I just think it's going to go a lot higher. I just think we've had a couple of times where it tried to break out last year. One was around the ETH ETF, and one was right around Christmas time, and then we kind of cooled off massively. But this is different, I think. Like when you have these TradFi, like treasury companies buying up ETH in size, that's going to have an impact. Like we're talking about big numbers here, and ETH ETF is just seeing crazy inflows as well. We're seeing like Bitcoin level inflows from at the beginning now going into ETH, and I've always felt like ETH is a very easy Bitcoin beta trade for people who are in the ETFs. It's like, this Bitcoin ETF killed it, I missed it. What's next? ETH ETF. And there is an ETF there that people can buy. So I think it has all the fundamentals and dynamics and like the rails. I feel like it has the rails for people to put on the trade. Like Solana just doesn't necessarily have that yet because there's no ETF, whereas ETH does have it. And I think you now have the right people talking about it to a much larger audience, and you have a ton of capital going into it from both crypto people, but also TradFi people. It's hard. For me, it's really hard to ignore that. And I honestly think Ethereum or Ether is like one of the easiest trades right now because you can go into it with size. You're not going to fucking lose. You're not going to get rugged on ETH, right? You're going to lose 90% on ETH. So you can go into it with size. But I think the upside is very big. I think it's very convex. And I think if you can pair that with some ETH betas, and obviously that's the hard part, picking which coins will outperform ETH, but be correlated to it. That's the hard part. But if you can compile that portfolio, I think that will do very, very well in the next 6 months. And it's already starting to, if you think about the last 2 or 3 weeks of price action.
Very bullish. You shared a few charts in the chat.
Yeah, I mean, Ove went there. I just thought this was relevant. So on the bull side, ETH now the third fastest ETF to hit $10 billion in net assets, only behind the 2 Bitcoin ETFs. So this just gives you some perspective. If you've been only following crypto and ETFs at an arm's distance, they are blowing every other ETF product out of the water. They are just rewriting the whole game. The charts tell the whole story. Ove, I'm with you on the bull side. I've been trying to look for the bear case just to kind of get myself out of the echo chamber because we shared 6K base case in the year. I can see 10K for the bull case. I can see the path to it. But what kept Bitcoin in the range for 6 months was the ancient whales.
Yep.
And the sell pressure we had in that 100 to 110K range. Now I'm wondering, are we going to see that sell pressure from the ETH ICO whales at some point? Like this has been going around. This isn't we're not the only ones talking about this, but the ETH unstaking queue is huge. It's the highest level it's been in over a year. I think since January 2024. We don't know exactly what that means, but I mean some potential that it would be more sell pressure. Curious if you have a take on that.
Yeah, I think you were always going to get it right. I still know people personally who still hold their ETH bag from 2021, right? And I've seen stories on the timeline of people who've gotten their friends into ETH in 2021 and they still hold it. So I do think you're going to get some decent resistance right around that all-time high level. And, you know, just like with Bitcoin, you see these stories of like, oh, this whale spent $3,000 and now he's worth like 8 billion and now he's selling it. Like there are stories like that on ETH where people participated in the ICO and have made crazy amounts of money. So you will naturally get some sellers, but I do think enough interest can be drummed up around it and enough demand can be raised for it to offset that. Do we gap to 10K? I don't think so, but I do think my guess is we get to around this like 4.5K level, and then we maybe oscillate between 4.5 for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
But then I think that time where we go through the 5K level and we actually break it, we could very easily get to like 6, 7, 8K. And then there's going to be another period of consolidation, which just ends up being where the whales decide to sell. So we are at the mercy of ETH whales a little bit, just like we are with Bitcoin, but that's just like any coin, really, to be honest with you. So
what's versus Tom Lee and Joe Lubin right now? So
I mean, Joe Lubin's picking up his ETH from the foundation directly. He ain't fucking around. Like also, like I feel like the ETH whales have been dumping on people forever. I don't know how much they have, but I'm just feeling like there was a big capitulation on ETH earlier this year. I feel all the way down to 1,400. Like even the ETH influencers stopped talking about ETH. Like a lot of them left. They're back now. But anyways, you know what ETH needs to go all time high is bankless. You know, they're responsible for 25% of the market cap of ETH in 2021. You know, we all know that they did it. It was all them. So I think bankless alone can probably take us to 10K this cycle. I don't know what you guys think about that.
They were fully responsible for
the
success of ETH in 2021 and
NFTs,
they're not to blame at all for the negative culture created with ETH or the negative
not at all
branding perception. Yeah, not at all. So that's
not at all. They pumped it. You know, they totally were in the NFT trade, right? They totally caught that one.
Caught the NFT trade. Yeah, they did really well on that. And to be honest with you, they seem like really nice. They seem like guys I'd love to spend a lot of time with one-on-one, listening to their great stories as well. They seem like great guys.
Yeah.
So shout out to Backless.
Oh my god. Yeah. Anyways, Ovi, I'm gonna move on for price stuff, but we do have, we like to make these. Mendel always makes fun of Tyler and I for that. What's your bear, base, and bull case on ETH this cycle?
I think it's this term cycle is kind of sort of changing because, like, would you guys say that April was the end of last cycle, or would you say that's just a dip in this current cycle? There's differing views on that. I personally think I don't really know about the cycle stuff anymore. I just think we're in a different environment now. But let's say over the next 18 months, I really don't see ETH being much lower than 3K, like, unless shit really hits the fan. I really think ETH is kind of like at the lows of where it can be in my bear case. And the bull case can be very high. It could be north of 10K, 10, 15K, I think. That's why I like this as a trade, because I don't think it has. I just think if it goes a little bit lower, you're gonna get the big boys are buying out, and the big boys have infinite money. So if it goes lower, some of that infinite money will go into it even more. That's what I think.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I like that. I guess we'll. I know you're not a big cycle fan, anyways. So
Yeah.
we'll see where the ETH trade goes. But ETH is looking good here. That is for sure. And there's a lot of buy pressure on that. That Bitminer news. Where'd you find this, Tyler? This is insane.
Yeah, let me send you the link. This shocks me. If I'm being honest, I've been following this pretty close. Bitminer effectively doubled their ETH holdings.
Yeah, that's insane, right?
In like a week. So they have 560,000 ETH on hand. I think there's a small asterisk. I think like 60,000 of that is held via like options. So it's not actually spot ETH. So small asterisk there. But I think directionally you get the picture. They're long $2 billion worth of ETH. As I understood it, that was the limit of their initial at the money prospectus, how they were going to be able to sell shares to fundraise. I believe I saw they now have another 2.5 million. They got 2.5 billion rather. They got approved. So they have more ammo coming. They are well in first place on the leaderboard right now. Our strategic ETH reserve site has not updated, but
yeah.
SharpLink has 360,000. They have 200,000 more ETH than SharpLink right now.
Oh, you know what Joe's gonna do now?
Big meeting tonight. So they had the shareholder meeting tonight to approve their $5 billion ATM prospectus for SharpLink. So assuming that goes through, I think we're going to see Joe and team get to buying fast. And we have a literal race happening right now, which is making this more exciting because there is no race on Bitcoin, really. Like we have every day, there's still new companies coming in.
No one's catching up to Sailor.
But it doesn't really feel as exciting, right? Like Sailor and crew have such a lead. Like we're actually seeing a battle play out. Like SharpLink and Bitminer are going to keep flipping each other on this leaderboard. And even if you don't want to play either one of those stocks, and I totally get it, it's bullish for ETH. and there's other companies getting into this treasury trade as well. It's substantial. And they're outpacing. I saw D Johnson, he was tweeting about this morning. They compared to Sailor's early Bitcoin purchases via MicroStrategy, it took place over like a 6-month period. They basically did this in 1 month. So the pace is very, very rapid. And it feels like it's going to continue.
Yeah, 100%. That's not going to stop. Speaking of treasuries, NFTs, this, I mean, we've all got punks on here. Ovi still has the 3D one, right? Sick.
Yeah.
This one, I feel like Lester, so he sold his punk to Gabe Square Holdings, which is one of the treasury courses buying NFTs in Ethereum for $5 million. Feel like, didn't he pay 10 mil for that one? I don't know, but I guess, is this bullish? Like, what do you guys think of this? I saw it this morning. I don't have any thoughts. I don't really have an opinion on this one, but I thought it's interesting that treasuries are not moving to NFTs.
I think punks are going a lot higher, aren't they? Like, let's just take a step back. You had Mystery Guy come in and sweep 65 punks.
Oh, God damn.
You had Arthur Hayes
Yeah. I love that one, by the way. I love that Arthur.
He's got 7 now. He spent
Yeah,
1.3
other
million.
days buy a few punks, and then now you have these guys coming in buying like an 8 punk. Remember the thing about NFTs, and especially punks, there's not that much supply of them. It's very low supply. It only takes 2 or 3 people to come to the party for everyone to start getting very drunk.
Yeah.
And there's obviously been this like massive multi-year consolidation in NFTs where people got wrecked and have just slowly been piecing out. But I think, I'm pretty bullish on punks. I do think this stuff can move very quickly and very aggressively. Like, I don't know if we get another NFT bubble like in 2021, but I do think you could see some of this stuff move very quickly, because if a rich person wants to move this floor by 3x, they can do. Just don't fade how much money rich people have, is what I'm trying to say. Especially if ETH rallies as well, like if ETH rallies, like there's tons of ETH whales out there that suddenly become active and start doing shit. Like I think people forget how crazy stuff was in 2021. It wasn't even retail. It was just like ETH whales doing like aping into fucking like, 8-9 figure, like,
You mean
like
$23
Ponzi
million
DeFi
on
farms
ETH?
and shit. Yeah, it was just like, it was insane. And that's all crypto native money. So I do think some of that degeneracy can reactivate. And I think punks are a good bet. You need to, I would say you need to have like, you need to appreciate punks. You can't, if someone was like, I don't care about what I own, I just want to own the best performing asset, would I say buy punks? Probably not. And because it's hard to monetize as well, you can't just sell like a quarter of your punk, right? But if you appreciate punks for what they are and you want to like make money on it, then I think it's a really interesting trade, because it's kind of like, it's cool to, even if you don't keep your punk forever, it's cool to have a punk for a while. You know what I mean? It's kind of like,
This is yours, no?
the top, let me see, go back to
This isn't this, didn't you buy like 2 aliens?
Yeah, this, so 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
and 8.
The 8, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. That was crazy. Do you guys?
And 11 as well.
Yeah. Like, oh yeah. The bandana one that was like boxing arc. I think at this stage this may get lifted. Maybe not for 18 mil, but
that looks like it's going to trade. That looks like it might trade.
Oh wow, yeah, that's only
how much? How much ETH was this? They said 5.15 mil, but fuck, how much is that in ETH, dude?
Well, it was a stock. It was a stock deal. So,
but what's that in ETH?
Oh,
it's
a stock deal. I see.
So it's 1,400 ETH. Yeah. I don't know. It feels like it gets lifted.
I like that this was done in stock as well, because GameSquare allocated $10 million to their NFT treasury. I thought they ate half of it on this single punk, but they didn't. Which means they still have 10 million liquid, which also means, in my opinion, they're going to deploy like $5 million into punks. Probably 4 punks.
I love how Ovi's in the comments here. Hello, please consider REKT.
Murad,
I'm everywhere. I'm everywhere now.
You have been everywhere. We're gonna definitely get to that. We're gonna get there. We're making our way there. You see, talking about ETH, talking about punks, talking about ETH beta. We're making our way to REKT conversation here. But Tyler, was there anything else on your radar here this morning?
This Ether rock that sold. I think it's a fun story.
Where do you see them now? Is it still on OpenSea? Like, where do we?
I saw it on Gandhi. More of these high-end pieces have been selling on Gandhi. Yeah. I tweeted this morning as well. But I feel like this was like the hallmark of the 2021 NFT cycle, like kicking off. It was the Ether rocks. And I feel like there was like a few week period, or maybe it was one, I don't remember exactly how it played out. They would sell for like 100,000, 200,000. Then eventually the rock floor got to like 500,000 or $1 million.
Yeah.
And then like, that's what like caught the press, and people were like, oh, this is absurd, but it kind of kicked off a bit of a frenzy. And there's signs that's happening again. Like this is wild. Like $300,000 for the Ether rock.
You know that wallet has nothing else in it. Like I'm just looking through like the chain. Like there's 200K USDC as well. It's like not even ETH. Like straight up. From interacted with. I'm just looking at the wallet. This is actually nuts. Yeah, that's it. That's all the wallet's done. Wild. 300K Ether rock. Wow.
Good story there. Kind of pull us back to broader headlines. Just a couple quick ones. I think the most interesting thing was from Bo Hines. So teasing that the president's working group on digital assets has completed that 180-day report. That's the executive order from Trump. They basically had 180 days to come up with this plan to make the U.S. the digital asset capital of the world. They had to come up with a plan for a Bitcoin strategic reserve as well. So we should see that next Wednesday. And I'm actually surprised more people aren't talking about that, because next Wednesday, we are going to see in print if the U.S. is actually going to build some kind of a Bitcoin strategic reserve, if they're going to do it in some kind of a neutral way without raising tax money for it, like what their strategies actually will be, if they're going to deploy ways of actually market buying in some capacity. There's a lot of potential outcomes here. And most of them are bullish Bitcoin. Even if the plan comes out and it doesn't have any mentions of Bitcoin, I think that's still neutral. I don't think it's bearish.
Yeah.
So I think there's a lot more bullish outcomes on the table than there are bearish or even neutral ones here. So mark your calendars, July 30th, next Wednesday. That's going to be a big one. You're going to want to read that report.
It's also on the birthday of Ethereum. 10th birthday of ETH. Just saying. This is on the 10th birthday of ETH. So we'll see on that. And then what else you got? Then
Pump. We should talk about Pump.
Oh yeah, what I'm saying. You know what? We talk about it every day, and then we all got wrecked. I saw like Onsam saying he got wrecked. I saw Trading Lord saying he got wrecked. I got wrecked. Like, there's so many people. Rookie got. Like, it's so funny, guys, how many people got wrecked in this trade, including yours truly. We were geniuses first 48 hours though. Fucking genius, bro. Until we weren't. Thankfully, managed to cut that, like we talked on the show, before even losing more money. But I did not watch the stream. But it doesn't look like it went too well.
What was this trade?
The pump trade.
Oh, the pump trade. I thought you said punk.
No, though that would have been wild. But the pump trade. I mean, Tyler, what's the TLDR here like?
Yeah,
like you were top 10.
I watched the first 10 minutes. I had to go get my kids, and then I watched the last 10 minutes. So where things
Is this on the
south, the third guy asked Alan about the airdrop pretty early on in the interview, and then you can see the candle. So basically, Alan came out and said there will be one, but not for the foreseeable future. And they want to find ways to tie the airdrop to the protocol and make it a success both for airdrop recipients and the protocol. I'm going to come back to why that's important, but the market hated that. It instantly sold off. And I think the reason why it continued to sell off is Alan kept talking about like this vision that they have that they're going to execute on, but he never said what it was. It was an interview that gave really no specific details at all, which was surprising to me that they would make such a big deal about, like, this is the Alan stream, like talking about Pump. And he didn't really say anything. So like we don't really have any more details than we did ahead of the stream. So like it was a letdown. And I think people had built expectations up, as we always do on crypto Twitter. I mean, I think this was likely going to be a sell the news stream anyways, but not to this effect.
Well, Easy came on here and said streams are never bullish, no matter who it is.
But this one was like it felt like he didn't even try to meet anyone's expectations.
Got it.
Like there was no information really shared about their direction, about their vision, about their plan, like no specifics about the buybacks. It was just broad talking points, almost like to the fact that they weren't allowed to for some reason. Yeah. At some point you have to tell, like we have the tokens out there. Like you did the ICO. Like what are we buying? Like at some point you have to answer these questions. Right. And that's why people just cut it. Now, with all this said, I'm out of this trade. And I don't think I'm going to re-enter it. But objectively, there will become a point where it makes sense to buy the token again, because they are getting crushed in mind share and all the data by Bonk Fund. So let's Bonk officially flip them in users. So Bonk's being them in revenue, fees, and now active wallets. So they're hitting them on all three.
Wow.
But
Wow.
but
Wow.
Alan did basically allude that there will be like a blur farming style campaign, I think, for this airdrop, meaning that those users who use the Pump Fund platform are going to be the ones getting the tokens. So there will be the mercenary capital in the meme streets that can shake off the sentiment and go farm pump tokens to get that airdrop, because this is still it's a $3 billion FTV token, right? This is bigger than Blur ever was. So the money will flow back. So I'm hesitant. I think Let's Bonk has a commanding lead right now in the meme streets. I don't think it's a comfortable lead because of these airdrop incentives. So I'm not getting back into the trade, but objectively, I do think like that is a reason to still perhaps be optimistic. But overall, it was a bit of a letdown on the stream yesterday.
Wow. This is yeah. I have no thoughts. I mean, clearly I've been discussing every day, kind of like taking people through a trade. It was smart getting to the ICO, definitely, because you could have gone easy 50% overnight, and with size too, because you could have put up to $1 million. And then it just got worse and worse and worse and worse. I thought what would come is like comms get better, this and that, but comms just kept getting worse, dude. And something just Sunday now, I was like, I should cut this. And I was like, nah, wait, Monday. That cost me another bit. And then on Monday, I was like, fuck this shit. Like, that doesn't work. I think I talked about it Tuesday on the show or Monday, whenever I talked about it was when it was time to cut. And I was like, dude, this is just not going well. Especially in a time where things go up, you're losing money and the up cost is insane. Like, we'll get to REKT. Like, this shit's up only. Like, there's so many other trades where people are more vocal. This is not a time to not be vocal. So it's not. And then the whole allegedly the big funds and institutions offloading the early investors, it's just not sitting right. I mean, I don't know. Ovi, I know you did not get in the trade. You haven't been trading because I know you're too busy with REKT, which is really good. But like, I know you're part of CT, right? You're tapped in. You're commenting on everybody's shit with REKT. So like, what was your read on all of this pump stuff?
Yeah, I think the problem is, I think people viewed it as something where they can make a lot of money in a quick flip. You know, like, I don't think there's not really that many people who are like, oh, I'm gonna like buy this and I'm gonna hold it for weeks and months, like the hyperliquid trade, right? And people are probably thinking about the hyperliquid trade as like, oh, that was like an instant money at the beginning. And so I think that's what happened here. And there was instant demand, you know, like all the perps and stuff in hyperliquid were trading high. It was traded above the raise at the beginning. So there was that instant demand. And obviously, I think what happened was institutions filled the entire like institutional allocation, and then they bid more on the follow as well. They probably even filled like most of the retail raise as well. So there was all that demand, and then there just wasn't really any follow-on demand after that. That's the thing. There was nothing like, I felt like the announcements that followed up afterwards by the company, whether it was by design or just unintentional, there wasn't really anything to get that excited about. And then they kind of like did that thing where they had that big buyback and everyone was like, oh shit. And then everyone started thinking, oh shit, they're going to buy fucking 20 mil a day. And then they realized that actually it wasn't that. And it was going to be like a few 100K every day, which didn't really move the needle as much. So I think that was not like maybe communicated or done in the best way. So after that, I think, you know, people just, there's all this money in there that just is in it for that flip and not necessarily because like they believe in the product. Like, no, I don't mean that disrespectfully. So, and then, you know, when it goes wrong, everyone's out. That's what happens when it starts to go the other way. People just are out because they don't, you know, I don't see that many. Yeah, most of my timeline, and again, I'm not commenting on Pump Fund itself. I'm just commenting on what I've read on the timeline. And I'm not saying I agree with what's on the timeline, but all the analysis and everything that I read was like, this could do a 2x here, or this could do really good here. This is how much they're going to buy back, and this is going to squeeze here. It was less about like the long-term fundamentals of Pump Fund and why people should own this as a coin for the cycle kind of thing, which is just how people speak and spoke about Hyperliquid and how people speak about many other projects as well. And that to me just showed that like there was a lot of myopic money. Now, does that mean it's a bad trade here? No. I do think it will consolidate for a very long time while all these people get out. I do think Alon and those guys are smart enough to understand and realize that. And so for them now, it's just a case of like, okay, let's just get everyone out who doesn't believe in this thing, doesn't want to own it. Let's just get them all out. Airdrop wise, like why bother? If I'm Alon again, I'm thinking to myself, why bother giving people airdrops? We're just going to dump it on day one. I want to give people airdrops who actually support what we're doing and believe in it and are like real community members. And that's why maybe it hasn't come straight away, or that's why maybe it may not be as simple as people believe it to be. And I think there's going to be a point. I don't know if it's right now or if it's maybe closer to like $2 billion FDV. But there's going to be a point where this thing is just a screaming buy because everyone's saying it. They have $2 billion in cash. They have, they're still making a ton of money even though their revenues are down. It's going to be a point in time where this is like the most no-brainer buy, and then it's just going to roof. Like it's just going to keep going higher because people will suddenly be like, "Oh shit, this is actually really cheap now." But you just need to consolidate and clean out these people. So I actually have no doubt. I think it's not a bad trade. Maybe it's time to start DCAing because I think you can do it with size. It's liquid and it's a big market cap. But I do think it's going to be an interesting trade at some point to get into. So that's my completely unbiased objective view on it. I don't have no position in it. I'm not trading right now. But that's what I think.
Yeah, that's fair. That's very, very fair. I mean, Tyler, I don't know if you got anything else going on, but we could get into the REKT stuff here.
Just quickly on the bonk reply.
Sorry. Yeah,
it was brilliant. Tip of my hat. So they came out. Let me try to find the tweet here.
I got you.
Within 15 minutes of the stream ending, and said, "Guess what? We are going to use 1% of our revenue now to buy bonk fund tokens." So these are the meme coins ending in bonk CA. The reason this matters is this increases their flywheel, right? So this is going to make traders want to buy those bonk coins because now we know the bonk team is going to be buying them. That increases the Let's Bonk volumes and fees, which increases the amount that they're going to buy back into these coins, right? So it's the flywheel, and it's not going to work forever, but it will work for the near term. And my gut is they are going to continue growing their market share. I think they're already at like 65, 70% of the meme market. I think it goes higher than that. Like bonk sentiment is on the way up and accelerating, and pump sentiment is going down rapidly. And Obi made his comment about the airdrop, and I understand what he was saying there. But I think the piece Al missed is how pissed off the people who thought they were going to get the pump airdrop are, and they are not touching the platform, and they are not trading pump coins, which is sending those pump revenues to.
Well, we talked about this with Mando. It's like it was the timing of bonk flipping pump on mindshare with the TGE was awful.
Yeah,
I think that they thought that the TGE would bring the mindshare back, which it did for 24 hours, but bonk just kept. Thing is, Nom, like founder of bonk and these guys, they are fucking good. You know, you guys met them, the founder of bonk.
Yeah.
So he's a homie, and like got to meet him a few times, different conferences there and there. Lately in Toronto again for Consensus. They're good. They're very good. And they're like Solana adjacent as fuck, right? Like they're just like it's like, it's like team. So they're good. They're very good at what they do. Damn, bonk guy is right. Bonk guy is right again. And the code today, if you want to win some money, we got everyone away like 5-6 grand today already. This week already is OSF. We could have seen that coming.
Nice.
Could have seen that code coming. OSF is the code today. So if you want to win like a lot of money today, maybe we do some, we'll do a fun game, maybe Risky Click or something. You do the code OSF. Make sure you're watching us live on Kick, by the way. Kick.com/Degenz live is where Ovi actually co-hosts REKT Radio with Kook, Mando, and Keyboard Monkey on Wednesdays. I believe that was yesterday. It's where, Tyler hosts with Peter Jennings, Jeeps, and D's every Tuesday. And where we host, and we have some more fun programming coming for you guys. So make sure you subscribe, especially if you want. Make sure you pay that sub, all right? And make sure to subscribe to us, follow us on Kick, because we're actually killing it on there. So it's really cool. Anyways, I want to talk about REKT. I know Tyler also wants to talk about REKT. You've been every morning I wake up here and there's a new tweet because I got my notifications on. for you guys in Mando, but like Tyler on, and then everybody's like, REKT up another 30%, REKT up another 20. REKT. I'm like, dude, this thing's gotta like stop. No, it can't stop. It can't stop. It won't stop. But Ovi, man, you're on one right now. I want to ask you something because I was looking at the top weekly gainers in the top 300 on CoinGecko. You're up there, man. How does it feel? Like, Jen, because I haven't asked you that even in private yet. Like, I wanted to, but like, how does it feel like having one of the hottest coin in the entire crypto industry right now? Like, numbers don't lie. REKT is one of the best performing assets in our entire industry right now. That's pretty crazy to see.
Yeah, honestly, I don't feel anything because it's not time to celebrate. It's not time to get complacent. We've got a lot of shit coming up, a lot of shit to do. We obviously rolled out the Binance US collaboration this week, but we just, I think I've said this a few times, we're just at this point where shit is about, I think could get like really, really exciting, both on like token side, the drink side, the whole like REKT brands thing as a whole. So for me, like, it's great to see the market finally appreciating the stuff that we're doing and seeing this price action is great. Honestly, the last 2 or 3 weeks, I've been speaking one-on-one with a lot of whales, with a lot of liquid funds, with a lot of TradFi people. So the price action is not that surprising to me because I think every time I speak to someone one-on-one and pitch them the story, they're in, they get it, they're on board with it, send them the REKT paper, and we're getting a lot of new people in. So doesn't come as a surprise to me. It's nice to see, but I'm not letting myself get distracted by the success. It's still business as usual at REKT, which is trying to land the plane because we have a lot of things that we're just trying to like seal up, close, get down, roll out.
Let's go.
You know, when you have a physical side to your business, there's a lot of moving parts and a lot of things that can go wrong as well. So very, very laser focused right now. Like I'm forcing myself to be even more laser focused given the price action because that's when I think you can get complacent or go wrong. So yeah, that's how I feel.
You add extra mile is greatness, right? Like that's different between good and great, in my opinion. That's the way I see it, is like how you're willing to go the extra mile. I think we're very similar people, all of us. Like most people stop there and like, okay, we did it, we run it, we stop. You technically could say, I made my money, I'm out. And that's what most founders do in the space. And like I was just running through top 300 coins last 60 days in crypto. REKT is number 3 after Pudgy and Useless. 30 days, REKT is number 2 after Pudgy Penguins alone, in front of Bonk, by the way. This is not a knock. I'm just showing numbers. I love Bonk.
Yeah.
Top 14, last 14 days, 3rd in front of Pudgy, which is really impressive because we know Pudgy's been going on a crazy run. Last 7 days, number 3 in front of maybe every other meme. And last 24 hours, I believe, you must be like top. Yeah, you're up there. Number 3. You were number like 2 this morning, which is really impressive. So I love the attitude here. REKT sitting at 300 something million. Talk to us a bit about this Binance US collaboration, because that was the latest news that you guys just dropped. So I think it's very important to like discuss it. Let us know details. For once, Tyler was saying US wins because they'll be able to only to participate in something because usually the token get it. And then Tyler, I'll go to you because I'm assuming also you got a few things for Ovi. But tell us more about this Binance collab here.
Yeah, it's it's funny. Like basically, Binance US put out a tweet or something. It was something about like the meta for the summer, and I replied back saying brand coins, and so I get a lot of likes and engagement when I reply guys on stuff, but on this one there was no engagement. Not one person liked the tweet, and we didn't even put it on the dive bar or anything. So then like I didn't even think about it. Then like next morning I woke up and I had like a DM from Binance US. I was like, oh, hey, like, can we chat? So big shout out to Oski, who, you know, helped set this up. But we got speaking to them. And I think something that these guys are trying to do, obviously, you know, Binance US having been inactive in the US and now becoming active again, they were the first centralized exchange to list Hyperliquid. And I think they're trying to do things a bit differently. You know, obviously prior to this, we weren't listed on any tier ones. And I think they're like, we want to sort of be like a first mover in this kind of stuff. And I was like, yeah, like, you know, no one's listed us yet. People are kind of like fading it, and we can do like a really big thing here. So we got speaking to them. We agreed on the listing, and we're like, hey, we should do a drink. Like it's a perfect way to onboard people onto Binance US, because in order to be able to get any future rewards from purchasing the drink, you would have to have a Binance US account and input your Binance US ID on checkout. So hopefully that will be a really big onboarding event for Binance US and people in America. And for us, we get to do a collaboration with Binance and have a REKT drink with a Binance logo on it. Gold can, which I think is pretty sick as well.
It's
so
sick. Liquid gold's
yeah,
fire.
it's a really cool opportunity for us as well, and something that a few weeks ago I'd have been like, oh my god, I never would have like dreamed of doing that, and now we have that's probably our our biggest collaboration yet. And it's good because every time we do a big one, it opens up the door for bigger ones. So
Definitely. Do we know the flavor yet, or is that still a surprise?
it's actually going to be the liquidated lime flavor. So it's liquidated lime flavor. That's going to be in this gold can. Yeah.
I can't believe it's not like gold leaves in that shit. You know what I mean? Like something.
Yeah, like we would love to do. I'd love for every single drink to be a new flavor, but
It's a lot.
it takes
Yeah.
it takes time. It takes a long time to develop new flavors. So
Mhm.
what we give people the option. It's like, okay, do you want a new flavor? If so, this is going to take us about 3 months to, that whole process is about 3 months. If you want to roll something out, we can use an existing flavor and then go and manufacture the can. So, given the listing, and we just wanted this whole campaign, everything to happen in one go. So we opted with that one.
Got it. I want to kind of come back to this shift in OSF mode.
Yeah.
I feel like I kind of picked up on it. I don't know if it was 2 months ago, if it was 3 months ago. I don't know the exact timeline, but something changed. So I'm very curious to hear it from you directly. Like, did a light bulb go off? Like, what drove this shift?
Yeah, it's a good question. So some feedback I've had to myself when we were raising capital for REKT and just other stuff is like, Over, you do a lot. Like you have the art side, you're trading stuff, you're on all these podcasts. When I invest in a company or a project, I want to know that the founder is like 100% focused on it. And I told people I would be 100% focused on it. And I kind of I was, but then I still trade and do other stuff. Then we just had this period of things that were going really well for us, like selling out the drinks. We did the abstract drop that went really well. And then momentum, people who aren't within the company see the momentum on the outside, but we see the momentum on the inside, which is like phone calls we have with people or, different projects we have lined up or incoming calls and that kind of stuff. And that stuff just took off very aggressively, very quickly with a lot of interest, a lot of unsolicited interest. And then it basically got to a point where it's like, fuck, there is a chance that we can make this thing into a unicorn. We can make it $1 billion plus, look at all these big drinks acquisitions and that kind of stuff. There's a real opportunity here. And it's not me who's deciding that's the opportunity. It's all these fucking phone calls I'm getting from people who are reaching out to us through our contact form on our website or LinkedIn, not even through CT. And I'm always like, this is a scam. This must be a scam. And we have the call and it's the actual guy. And I'm just like, fuck, that's mental. So with all that, I was like, man, this is clearly probably the biggest opportunity I've ever had in my life to do something really big, but also something different to anything that I've ever done before. It's not a trading thing. And I was just like, man, if I fail at this because I didn't go all in on it, I would only have myself to blame and I would never forgive myself. That's how I was feeling. So I was like, look, I really have to drop everything that I'm doing. I can't sit here and tell myself I'm being maximally productive on REKT, fielding these phone calls, doing this, if I have a fucking 7-figure position in pump fund that I'm managing or if I'm in the trenches. I have to be honest with myself. I'm not maximally productive if I'm doing that. So I was like, okay, I'm going to stop all that stuff. And it's not only that stuff, but it's also what I'm saying on the timeline, right? Everything that I tweet gets views and people are looking at it. So if I start tweeting about other ideas or other projects, that's directing my followers to different things. If I just start tweeting about REKT, that directs everyone to REKT. So, really, the only reason I didn't do that before, because I just didn't want to be one of those guys who's like, hey, my whole personality is my coin and I don't provide any value outside of it. And I kind of liked providing value outside of what I was doing. But I realized that this is a massive opportunity for me, for our entire community, who's like, our entire community, like the biggest like collective holders of this thing. And I think the price action in the last 2 or 3 weeks has shown people are warming up to the potential of it. And I just like, look, I have to just go all in. I have to even like push myself to not be myself a little bit and be a bit more vocal and maybe be a bit more, I don't want to say arrogant, but sound a bit more confident in what I'm saying, which is not usually. I'm a bit more like laid back about stuff. So I've had to push myself to do that because I just think it's an opportunity that I'm only going to get once. And it's right here, right now, like fucking markets ripping, ETH's ripping. We didn't do our token on Solana. We did it on ETH. I think a lot of the ETH whales respect that, and a lot of the ETH figureheads respect that too. So the stage is set, like everything is just set, and I just have to go all in on it. So I just recognize that, and that's what I'm doing.
I think it's working. And from my perspective, it's specifically laying out what the vision for REKT is, being consistent and posting about REKT, and then being loud. It's loud, consistent, and still directing back to the vision. And it's not just the price action. Like I'm seeing now more folks basically point to it as a case study as what a founder should do. Actually, the Bodagos on their show this morning mentioned how Clemente was talking about how he thinks effectively you're doing a much better job than they are, talking about what the vision for their project is and why people should buy in, and how it's something now they're talking about. How can they get better at that? So you're kind of giving out the playbook right now, which is very cool to see in real time. I can imagine it's a lot of work, and also ongoing pressure to keep showing up.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, and I think also in the past, it's like, if you're vocal about something, you increase a liability for yourself, because if you get it wrong, people blame you, right? And I think in the past, I've sort of been like, well, I don't want that on my head, so I'm not going to go crazy about stuff. But I think what I've realized now is like, it's kind of like copping out of it, right? It's just kind of like, oh, I'm not going to take the chance. Whereas now I'm just like, okay, I'm going to take the chance. And also, like, for me, it's just like, I've like, I've made good money in crypto, and sort of had like not an existential crisis, but I just had a moment at the end of last year where I was just kind of like, what am I going to do? Like, what should I do? Like, I've just sort of lost my head a little bit. And then I was like, well, why don't I try and do something with REKT? Why don't I actually really try and like fucking make something, like set myself a challenge again? I have to reset myself so it's a challenge, put myself back in a situation where we're an underdog, and try and prove people wrong. Like that's the thing that I think really motivates me. Like, initial investment round we did, most people said no. Like most people never really bought the token. Even now, like most of CT doesn't own this token. It's all been people that it's our community and people I've worked really hard to get into, who are like aren't necessarily active on CT. And that's the thing that drives me. I think people, even I was on Thread Guy stream the other day, and he was like, I'll be honest, man. Like if you set up a trading company or something, or a fund, I 100% would have invested, but I didn't think you'd be the guy to like, make a drinks company. I think that's probably what a lot of people felt. I never had a reputation like, oh, Ovi's a really good builder, or Ovi's a really good like founder. And so I was like, well, maybe I can be, maybe I just haven't put my all into it yet. And it's kind of like trying to prove people wrong on that's also driven me as well, I think.
Oh, I love it. It's working. I know we're near the end. I'm curious, just quickly, how are the live events? Are you going to keep doing those live events? And just any reactions to like the LA one, the New York ones? I know that was
that looked sick. LA.
Yeah. So yeah, we want to definitely do more live events. The 7-Eleven stores in LA was pretty big for us, and we got some good press around it. We will have more store launches coming up this year that we're working on, which will there'll be more information on that later. And we want to keep doing some IRL stuff because we have an IRL product, and it's very important. So it's just, we sort of have this two sides of it, right? Like we have this drink stuff, IRL stuff that we need to keep growing, and we'll have the token stuff that we need to keep pitching, and doing both is a lot, but we will have some more stuff coming up this year. I think the next thing in the US is probably Miami, right? There isn't anything
December, right?
In the US. Yeah, but maybe we may have some stuff before that. Let's see.
Nice.
Yeah, same. Probably should reach out to you about Miami. But yeah, we're just looking for a house. right now, but that's always a big one. Yeah, that's fun, dude. Congrats on everything. I mean, Rex sitting at what,
Cheers.
328?
328, yeah.
Fuck,
Kind of
you know,
wild.
costs about 800 grand to be a trillionaire. I'm starting to feel really underexposed here, and I'm like 20th largest holder.
It is. I have to like, bias aside, it is one of the craziest charts I've ever seen. Like those 10 green candles in a row and like 12 new all-time highs in 12 days is like, was 12 green candles in a row. Like that's, I've never seen anything like that.
1,800% from the lows in April. Like, it's absurd.
I mean, Bobby Ox, he said it was 36K to be a trillionaire. Now it's 800K.
Fuck.
Yeah,
and, that was, and the thing is, everybody could have caught that one because that was a public trade.
Someone did. Spacebar did it. Spacebar bought. I think Spacebar became a trillionaire.
The guy who won't play on YEET and keep gambling.
Yeah, 40K. 40K. I think he spent. He literally Pico lows, and
what a guy.
The guy's fucking 20x it now.
Spacebar won on YEET the other day and wouldn't gamble, and he took the money and ran.
I also do have to shout out Bosscat and somebody who also bought a lot through that entire period, and I don't even want to pontificate on how much REKT they own, but
no, good for him. And shout out to the 9 to 25 and 60 who clearly has 99.4% of his portfolio in REKT. Wonder what when you said, Tyler brought that up. When you said, what are you doing with that point was 0.6%. Where's that at? That was a good one. Well, congrats. Well, you'll come next time when you hit $1 billion. I'm sure of that. Why don't we give away some money? Let's give it. Oh wait, Sims, you go first. Let's pick someone. It's probably gonna be a red guy winning again. Yo, those red guys we gave away all during our Rollbit sponsorship. Like those, like if people held on, a lot of people did.
Dude,
because
there's a lot.
They're like $3,000.
Yeah. Plus, remember we were giving them out like before the airdrop and stuff like that, and the equity, like
equity.
And they were like at the time they were like 0.1 ETH or whatever. Like
it was like, remember we're like, oh, you want a red guy, like $400.
Yeah, exactly. We would laugh about how it was basically worthless.
We were laughing like, oh shit, you won the shittiest gift, but then like, so our $1.2 million we gave away is worth like 2 mil at least right now. It's just nuts. Maybe more actually, 2-3 mil. Go for it. Spin the wheel. Let's go. Let's see who's winning. Dumb Lick. Dumb Lick, congratulations. You went some money. What's his username? Let's see if it's in the chat. Dumb Lick. What's your username? Make sure to subscribe to us. Facebook.com/Degenz Live. What's his username, Sims? Have his thing caught up. Dom Lick. Literally DOMLIQ. Join us or comment. Where's he at? I don't see any joiners yet. Where's he at? Don't. It's gonna be a lucky day. I feel it. It's gonna be a lucky day, dude. Is he not here? Do you see him in the comments? That kid, Sims. Well, we have.
He's here. He just got on. I was at and he wasn't there, but he is now.
We had 240 people live on Kick. We're fucking killing it, dude.
Nice.
Wow, ETH just bounced hard, boys.
Yeah, big ETH move there.
Yeah,
they must have heard what I said.
Yeah, they definitely heard what you said. I should have full ported REKT. Fuck. Damn.
Still can.
I own so much. Like it's my second largest holding. It's pretty wild.
Yeah, I hear you. Like what? Yeah.
But I need more.
Winners, average winners, man.
It's winners, average winners. Exactly. When I cut that pump trade, I went into Pengu because I like Pengu. But I was like, wait, REKT is like so much further. Like, and shout out to Pengu, by the way. Love them. And they're gonna go much higher, in my opinion. But we'll see how that goes for me. Anyways, yeah, Bernie's like full ported for maybe okay, so you said he's in the chat. Dom Lake, are you in here?
He was, or he is.
Do we just do Plinko if we can't talk to him, or what? Or okay,
let's see if he responds.
Dom Lake
did respond. Yep, he's talking to you.
I don't see him. It's funny.
I see him. Yeah.
Oh, you see him on the Kick directly because there's a lag with streamer. Okay, so Dom Lake, pick a. We'll play risky. So congratulations. You won $500, and now you get 2 chances of $250 each. You have to pick a number between here, 1 being the easiest, less multiplier to get rugged, 2 the most highest multiplier to get rugged. Pick a tile. Pick a tile. All right. I see him. Pick a tile. And if you want to keep going like more than 1 tile, just tell us all the tiles and then stop. Let's do 2.5. All right. I like it. Buy a Trump coin. I like this guy. He's going for it. Hey! All right. Well, you get another though. You get another chance, and it's okay because you already have $500 in the bank. Let's give you another shot with $250. Let's see, Dominic. Let's see what you get. You get another chance in the comment. Yeah, K-Oak, you're gonna win. You'll see. Don't forget, y'all, to subscribe to our channel. Dominic 1.5. All right, 1.5. Subscribe, because by that subscribing, you're supporting REKT Radio, FOMO Hour, and DJ and Underexposed at the same time. He said 1.5, right?
Yes,
Yeah, 1.5. All right, 1.5. Let's go. Boom. Sniper CryptoPunk. Let's go.
All right, there we are.
All right. You're at 375 here, Dominic. What do you want to do? Where are we going to next? Oh, there's a lag now on Cake. There wasn't a lag before. I see it. There's a few seconds lag. I see it. All right, Dominic. 1.3. He's going. Boys, he's going for it. Set up a hardware wallet. Chat the ledger. They put up a bunch of content with me in the last couple of weeks. I don't know if you've seen that. It's pretty fire. All right, 1.3x. Come on, give it to
No, 1.3.
What even, dude? That was
I would have gone 7.
man.
Awful.
That was bollocks, Mike. Anyways, sorry, Dominic. Well, hey, look, you still won $500 and our love, appreciation, and respect for gambling on YEET.com. Make sure you make an account. Ovi, congrats again. See you in the chat. Congratulations on everything.
See you in the chat.
Thanks for co-hosting with us. Tyler,
Pleasure.
I'll see you tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the episode of FOMO Hour on REKT Radio. Let's go.